Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Sir Alex Ferguson Challenge with West Ham. In today's episode we are going to be playing our rivals in the Champions League, Juventus, to see who can finish at the top of our group stage. But of course we've always got some fixtures to review since the last time we met. So the last time we met was the group game against PSV in the Champions League, which we of course won 4-1. We followed that up with the 2-0 home victory against Crystal Palace in the Premier League. Brent Beckier in the 22nd minute and Fabio Silva in the 35th, giving us a comfortable 3 points. And then this happened, our first defeat in the league of this season, the first time we've conceded in the league this season. We went away to Tottenham Hotspur and Harry Kane gave them a 12-minute double to give them 2-0 lead, and we just did not have the answers to break down their defence. We did struggle quite a bit with injuries in terms of our first 11. Alberto Ilius, as you can see, came on and got injured, as did Wagnerman, who actually started at left wing back because of injuries. And yeah, it was just a bad day at the office all round. In our first tie against Juventus in this season's Champions League, we went away from home and managed to beat them 2-0 in what was a really convincing and very, very good performance by us. Aaron Martin gave us the lead in the 49th minute, and then it was a bit of a battle between who was going to get the next goal. That probably would have decided the game in terms of victory. But then in the 88th minute, Villa Libre made sure, and we got the crucial 3 points against our biggest rival in the Champions League. We then had an away tie in the Premier League against Millwall, of course, our local rivals, and Fabio Silva with a double, both from the penalty spot in the 27th and 34th minute. Finished off a quite disappointing performance, really. We didn't really take our chances the way they came. Not that Millwall created any sort of issues going forward in our defence, but, as I said, we should have been doing better in front of goal. And in the final game before we'll play Juventus today, it was a 4-0 home victory against Middlesbrough. Sandro Tonali in the 19th minute gave us the lead, and Fabio Silva with another double, and Lucas Toussaint, who came on for Tonali, I think it was in the 55th minute, got himself a goal 7 minutes later to round out a nice victory. And after all that, that sees us lying top of the Premier League still, 6 points clear from Liverpool and Leicester in second and third respectively. Tottenham Hotspur are in fourth actually, and we're still 6 points ahead of them. They have dropped off the pace a little bit. They've been beaten away at Norwich, Stoke and Liverpool this season. Of course, when they beat us, they closed the gap massively, but they haven't been able to keep up the pressure, and we're still 6 points clear. And just in terms of some of the stats of the players so far, Daniel Olmo's top of the assists table, as you just knew it was going to happen. In terms of the first 11 that will start today, we will have, of course, Craig Davies in goal, Eric Aubrey, Kotbra and Felipe as our central defenders, James Puerta and Aaron Martin as our attacking wing-backs, Sandro Tonali in that deep-lying playmaker role, with Martin Watkins and Brent Beckier playing the two Metzalas in the centre of midfield. Fabio Silva and Harry Miller will lead the line today due to injuries to Alexander Isak and, of course, George Mendler. Juventus have actually lined up exactly the way they did in the previous leg against them. Alexandro's still playing for them, quite old now. He's 33 years old. His physicals have declined quite a bit, so not ideal for one of your attacking wing backs. But as I said, they've still got a decent side. Minera is a decent player up front. He's not fantastic, but he's only 21 and he could improve in the future. Definitely more of a target man than he is a pacey strike merchant. And yeah, some names you'd recognise here. Andrea Horta, Ziyech, Bernardeschi still playing for them. Szczesny as well, still in goal. So it'll be a difficult game, but we are 3 points clear from them in the Champions League group stage. And with a win today, I think we're pretty much guaranteed top spot. So we kick off against Juventus. Obviously, this being the home leg, I am expecting another repeat performance, really. A 2-0 win would be absolutely fantastic. But of course, the 3 points is all that really matters to me. Juventus do have a decent side, but they're not the sort of force you would expect them to become at the beginning of the game with the type of players that they do have and the financials that they do have. So a good win today will definitely see us take control of this group massively. First highlight of the game, 18 minutes in, Aaron Martin takes the corner, but it's cleared by the Juve defence. It comes back out to him on his right-hand side. He darts into the box. Somebody get their foot on it. Puerta tries to get the ball in, and it's cleared again. The ball comes to Puerta again on this right-hand side. He cuts in and plays it back to Tonali. We really need to start seeing some movement from the boys in front. were a bit static in the attacking players, but Aaron Martin gets the ball in. Puerta nearly gets the goal. Fabio Silva follows up after a decent save from Szczesny. He'll be disappointed to concede that goal, but some decent play from our wing-backs again. Aaron Martin getting a good cross in. James Puerta nearly getting the goal, as we'll see here. Was it with his head? It was. Actually, it was a bit of an easy save for Szczesny. He probably should have done a bit better in either parrying that out of goal or keeping a hold of it himself, but I don't complain. Fabio Silva puts us 1-0 up. We spread the play this time to Aaron Martin on the left-hand side again. Our centre-halves doing some good work in the passing department. And Puerta has missed his second really good opportunity. The fact that he's even getting them opportunities is absolutely fantastic. You know, that's what I want from my wing-backs. I want them getting into positions where they could potentially score. As we get another corner here and Aaron Martin's on it again. It gets cleared back out to Aaron Martin. He's involved in a lot of the attacking play. And Brent Beckiart and Martin Watkins combine to get us our second goal of the game and put us 2-0 up. Some good play from Aaron Martin. As I said again, he is definitely our playmaker, really. He's absolutely fantastic. Martin Watkins with a decent layoff. Brent Beckiart with a hell of a finish. Another disappointing save by Szczesny, probably. Could have kept that out if he was a bit better, but here, 2-0, fantastic. And that's it for the first half. It has finished 2-0. I'm not even going to mess about. Just get the boys back out. Hopefully we can see this out without conceding. Another highlight and another Aaron Martin corner, and Fabio Silva wins it this time at the near post, and he makes it 3-0. Just the most basic corner routine as you like. Fabio Silva drifts off that near post and gets his head on it. I don't think he's that tall, is he, Fabio Silva? He's 5'11", so he's reasonably tall, but he's not absolutely massive. The Juve defence will definitely feel aggrieved at letting him win that header. Highlight now, Fabio Silva coming down this right-hand side this time. He beats his man absolutely superbly. There's plenty in the box. Did he go for goal there? It looked like he went for goal, but it ended up finding its way to Jaramillo anyway at the back post, and we get the fourth goal of the game. Fabio Silva down this right-hand side. As you can see, he absolutely skins number 5, Thuram. And I'm sure he doesn't necessarily. I think he does try to poke at back post, and Szczesny gets a hand on it, which makes it seem like he's made the save from a shot. But I'll give Fabio Silva that he meant it. And the highlights are coming thick and fast in this second half. We're only 6 minutes in, and the third highlight already is Jaramillo breaks past the defence. Fabio Silva, all the time in the world. He's been provided in the last goal. He scored a couple. He definitely should have had his hat-trick in that. Aaron Martin with the corner again. We seem to be causing them all sorts of problems from set pieces. And Fabio Silva gets his hat-trick after Aaron Martin gets the ball back after a poor corner. Makes sure with the second attempt at the cross. It was cleared by Alexandro initially. It fell to Aubrey, who passed it back out. Aaron Martin on his weak foot. And Fabio Silva, with just a great volley, makes it 5-0. Absolutely fantastic. And we now have a highlight for Juventus this time, maybe. Or are we going to clear it? We did clear it, but looks like it may be them in possession. Mariusic comes down this right-hand side for Juventus. He's held up by Jaramillo. He's coming back and working, as you would expect our strikers to do in this system. Of falls to Navarro. Great challenge by Tonali. And can we break now? Jaramillo. Or the pass was on for Fabio Silva there, but Aaron Martin finds it. Can I get his fourth goal of the game? He cannot do it. 25 minutes to go in this match. We are going to make some changes. I'm going to get James Puerta off, even if it's for somebody who is not comfortable in that role, like Lucas Toussaint. I just want to keep him fresh. We haven't got Wagnerman due to injury, so I need to protect Puerta a little bit. Aaron Martin can stay on for the time being, and we'll get Sandro Tonali off for Villalibre. He can play the deep lying playmaker role. After the electric start to the second half, things have quieted down quite a bit. We're in the 80th minute now, and we're going to get Jurlic on for Brent Beckiart in the centre of midfield. Give him some game time. See if I can keep him happy for more than 2 minutes. Probably not, as Jurlic is on the ball now. What a great free kick that was, and Toussaint probably should have put us 6-0 up. Final highlight of the game, 40 seconds to go. You would imagine this is not going to amount to anything, but you never know. Toussaint on the ball. It hits the Juve defence and goes clear, and that's probably going to spell all she wrote. And there it is, full time, West Ham 5, Juventus 0. What a great performance that was from the boys. And I don't know if that means we're qualified. I think it might, but we're definitely, yeah, there we go. We are qualified for the first knockout round of the Champions League for this season. I think that might change my plans a little bit in terms of what we're going to do in the next episode. I'm not going to bother bringing you the standard game or the PSV game because, as you'll see here, we are 6 point clear of Juventus and we have a much better head-to-head record. So even if we lost the last two, Juventus can't catch us and go past us. PSV maybe could, but it's highly unlikely that we're going to lose the last two anyway. So we'll fast forward and we'll go to Who's near up in the table? Leicester are actually quite high up in the table, so we'll play them in December, just before the January transfer window episode. Anyway, that's going to be enough from me. If you have enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like, and if you're not subscribed already, why not? But until next time, take it easy.